Trials Singles Semifinals. We still have the same team of Kaomori, Sengoku, and Bunta, and I've decided that I'm going to try and just stick to using one player per game or set or round, however you want to. Definitely not per game, per video, however you want to see it. And today we're going to use Kaomori here. Kaomori is one of the characters you actually get straight from the get-go. As soon as you first start playing the game, he's one of the first unlockable characters, and he's actually really cool. I really like him a lot because he embodied early on, when I first started playing tennis, my playstyle, which was that of basically a counterpuncher. Counterpuncher is basically a player that relies on the opponent to make mistakes in order to score points. These players are very quick on their feet, they're very agile, very flexible, and they can make very controlled shots without really risking a lot. They basically just want to return the ball, not taking really any chances, any winners or anything of that sort. And what they'll basically do is draw the match out until the opponent gets exhausted, they start making mistakes, that kind of stuff. It's a very defensive play style, basically. And early on in my, tennis career, I sort of adopted this form of playing because, well, I just wasn't very good in general. But the one thing that I was really good at was basically just running around. I don't know what it is about my physiology, I don't know what the word is that I'm trying to say here, about my body, at least when I was younger. And I mean, not so much now that I'm not very active, but I was able to run very fast. It might be because I'm very short, or at least not very tall at 5'6", but I was able to move my legs really fast, and I was always pretty quick and nimble. So it was pretty easy for me to get from side to sides on the court. Often my coaches would, say they have good wheels on me, implying that I was able to move around really quickly. But the only thing that I sort of lacked was good control, so I wasn't able to, for example, drive in winners whenever I really wanted. Ooh, I didn't even know Kaomori was on that side. Nice. It made it really difficult for me to sort of, end points whenever I really wanted it to. So that's why I kind of naturally went to that playstyle where, not even knowing what that playstyle was, I just wanted to hit the ball back for two reasons. One, because I really enjoyed tennis, so I just really wanted to keep playing tennis, so I just hit the ball back like a little dog. So we can keep playing, and one of the other sort of names for this playstyle is like Golden Retriever, because you're always fetching the ball. But also, too, because, there wasn't really anything else that I could do, so I would just try and hit the ball, get it in, and then kind of see where we go from there. It's kind of like, oh, well, this is the only thing I'm really good at, so let's just put in all our chips into that, right? So, obviously watching the Prince of Tennis series and seeing Kaomori basically be the embodiment of that playstyle, just obviously playing a lot better, was pretty cool. So, naturally, when I first picked up this game, many years ago, and I saw that he was actually the first character you can play as, alongside, like, Ryoma and, I think, Momoshiro, I think is the other playable character. Very, very small roster you start out with, and now we've got, like, a bunch, right? I was pretty excited, and I would use him a lot. But he's actually not really great in this game. He has some pretty decent specials. He's pretty decently well-rounded in that way, in that he has a special you can use at, I believe it's behind the serve line, which is pretty good. So you have one of those specials. He has a serve special, which is pretty good, and he also has a taunt special. So he's got everything, and he also moves around really quickly, which is cool. But stats-wise, that's about it. He just has good speed. He doesn't really hit very hard or anything of the sort. So nailing winders with him is extremely difficult. Granted, I have been doing okay, I would say. Whoopsie. So far, I think I have the buttons reversed. Yeah, okay. That's why I keep messing up. I'm used to my taunt button being the Y button, but instead I have the oof, almost got that. I have the double hand did stroke as my Y button instead, so that's why I'm constantly doing this when I'm actually just trying to throw out a taunt, and there I go, I did it again, which kind of sucks because that kind of has like I don't know what the actual word for it is, but I know the word for it. It's a fighting game term, but recovery frames, I think is what I'm trying to say. It has like a lot of recovery frames after you use the move, so you're kind of stuck there for a bit if you didn't mean to do it. But I'll get used to it eventually. But that's typically how I play. I just spam the A gauge or the awakening gauge taunt so that I can try, oof, nice, to get a bunch of A gauge. And then that way, if the going gets really tough, I can just spam a bunch of specials. I think Kamori's awakening is pretty low, but I'm not entirely sure. I haven't really used them in a long time, which is unfortunate. I've been focusing on using all the characters that I need to use in order to actually unlock more characters, and you don't really need Kamori for anything, which is kind of unfortunate. I might have used them once early on, I'm not entirely sure, or I might have scrapped that episode, I'm not entirely sure. It might have maybe been part of a team that I used, because I knew I'd done a bunch of mix match, and also a lot of double stuff, but it's kind of hard to tell at this point. I saw the other day that I uploaded like episode 70 of this, and I think this video is going to be like 72 or something like that. So basically, if I keep uploading, by the end of the year, this year, we're actually going to be 100 something episodes of Prince of Tennis, which is amazing. I've actually managed to make that many episodes, but I don't know if I actually will be able to hit that at the rate, one, that I'm uploading these, and two, the fact that I might take a break pretty soon, because Season 4 has gone on at this point for like years, technically, but I will probably do one more tournament after this, and then see what's really left to unlock. Because I know there still is, you know, a couple players that I need to unlock, but I don't really know how to unlock them. And I think a couple of that is that, you know, there's no real guide or anything for this game out there that tells you how to unlock characters, unfortunately, because it's in Japanese. But on top of that, there are sort of special requirements you have to meet to unlock certain characters. Like, I remember I had to do that Ryoma's no miss challenge like twice in order to unlock some characters, but then on top of that, sometimes you just don't get the character that you're supposed to get, because I know once or twice I got a completely different character than what I thought I was supposed to get, and then sometimes I get extra characters, so I don't really know what's going on. So I'll probably just, like I said, take a season break, and then we'll just kind of see where we're at, character-wise, see what it is that we need to do, and see where we go from there. Since, you know, again, Season 4 is taking a million years, so I think it's about time we stop Season 4 and make an actual Season 5, which will probably be the last season, but we'll see what happens. But in any case, thanks for listening to my ramblings. Take care of yourself.